Hello YouTube. This video you're watching, it's my continuous investigation of the mysteries of the esoteric underground tunnels of Eurasia and of strange people or humanoids who reside down below. You can find more videos in my channel on the various aspects of the tunnels, on the Sirtia or Sihirtia, and the Chewed people, as well as the Devil's Cemetery site and the strange subterranean denizens of Mongolia's deserts. But let's start with the Ural Mountains. The Ural Mountains, Uralskie Gory in Russian, or simply the Urals, are a mountain range in Eurasia that runs north-south mostly through the Russian Federation, from the coast of the Arctic Ocean to the river Ural and the northwestern Kazakhstan. The mountain range forms part of the conventional boundary between the continents of Europe and Asia, marking the separation between European Russia and Siberia. Vaygach Island and the islands of Novaya Zemlya form a further continuation of the chain to the north into the Arctic Ocean. I have videos in my channel about paranormal phenomena of Kazakhstan, of that Vaygach Island too. It's all interconnected at the depths we may not comprehend, but based on my research, this is my conclusion. It's all interconnected. So if you ever want to do your own research into this boundless territory of mysterious phenomena, you will at least have the starting point. Mention of mysterious tunnels is also found in the archival materials stored in the Urals, by the way. In particular, according to rumors, in 1748, workers at the Nevyansky factory accidentally discovered the entrance to a spacious tunnel hidden by a stone slab, which stretched north along the Ural Ridge. Information about the find was transferred to the mining administration, after which a special commission was sent to the mine under the leadership of an engineer named Rudolf Schechter. However, the collapse preceding the events did not allow the commission to discover the entrance that was found by the workers. Here's what is important to know. The problem with the Urals is that there are mountains and swamps, mountains and rivers, and the Ural mountains are so saturated with water. Just talk to the local miners. How much pain and fatigue pumping water gives them. How many mines beyond the promising ones are abandoned due to the inability to pump out such inflows. How many quarries are abandoned along with equipment? So whoever built the impenetrable tunnels in the Urals had great skills millennia ago. It is not easy to do the field research for such tunnels, by the way, because there are strategic and secret facilities of the Russian Federation there, such as the Yamantau Mountain. If the tunnels are truly abandoned and later rediscovered or discovered, the Russian military would find use for them and have them classified. And, it would be the same in China and the United States, I'm sure. Maybe more difficult in the United States, but still. This is, by the way, this is a very unsafe area of paranormal research, and we should not focus on it. There's a real concentration of mysterious, abnormal, and even scary places in the Urals, which at the same time inspire awe and arouse genuine interest. Fans of everything unusual are gathering in the northern and southern Urals as we speak. Most of these locations are covered with legends and secrets, not all of which can be revealed to an ordinary tourist. But look at my other videos about the Urals. I've tried to come to look at the mysteries and enigmas of the land through different aspects. And, this includes the Dyatlov Pass, the southern Urals and its fabulous finds, Archaim, and then the Arctic, or subarctic Ural Mountains. But information about underground mysterious structures is also present in foreign sources. And when I say foreign, that would be, because I'm talking about Russia right now. So in 1978, a shepherd from a small village near the Argentinian lake Nahuel Huapi looked for a missing goat, wandered into an unknown mountain gorge, where he found an oval entrance in a rock, closed by a huge metal door with strange symbols painted on it. The man managed to open the door slightly, and immediately a bright light fell upon him from behind the door of the hidden corridor. The shepherd did not dare to go inside and later shared his discovery with one of the local journalists. By the way, so that you know, Nahuelito is a lake monster purported to live in the Nahuel Huapi Lake, Patagonia, Argentina. Like Nessie, the Loch Ness monster, the Argentinian creature is named after the lake it supposedly resides in and has been described as a giant serpent or a huge hump, as well as Plesiosaurus. Nahuelito has been allegedly shown through photos depicting a hump or a serpentine body. Some say Nahuelito is a prehistoric animal. This is the most popular theory. According to it, the origin of the creature would go as far back as prehistoric times. But let's leave Nahuelito to my Argentinian colleagues, and I should contact one of them who is of Ukrainian descent, and we used to correspond many years ago, exchange information. Interesting country with a number of enigmatic aspects to it. But let's go back to Russia. One of the most mysterious locations in the world associated with the subterranean world is the Devil's Glade, or Devil's Cemetery, located in the Krasnoyarsk taiga in Siberia. Documentary data and eyewitness accounts from the villages of Kostin, Chemba, and Karamyshev indicate that in 1908, a couple of months before the occurrence, because I don't want to say the fall, of the famous Tunguska meteorite, or I should say event, shepherds came across a large area of scorched earth with a hole in the center. Pets periodically fell into this hole as if they were attracted by an unknown force, as a result of which the path for grazing cattle was urgently shifted 3 kilometers to the south. Soon the Tunguska event occurred in the skies over eastern Siberia, the event that still arouses interest, and I urge you to see my videos, my investigation of the event. It's decades-long research. In 1928, the technician Semenchenko, who served the villages of the district, tried to study the mysterious hole. To do this, he used a long rope with a metal weight at the end, several dozens of meters long. However, according to Semenchenko, the rope never reached the bottom. As he later informed Comrade Steblov, the chairman of the collective Farm Dawn of Bolshevism, while at the mysterious hole, Semenchenko suddenly heard strange sounds from the depths, resembling the grinding of metal mechanisms, after which he felt a severe headache and fright, which forced him to immediately retreat. So you can compare two events in your countries if you have anything similar. In the mid-1980s, my acquaintances, ufologists from Vladivostok, Alexander Remper was one of the leaders there, having explored the Devil's Glade, put forward an unusual assumption that a Tunguska object that caused the huge explosion did not come from outer space, but from the depths of the Earth, breaking out through a deep hole in the famous Glade. This hypothesis was later supported by scientists from the All-Russian Institute of Mineral Resources, suggesting that the strange explosion was caused not by the fall of a meteorite, but by a powerful release of unknown energy, clot, from the bowels of the Earth. Let's move now to other parts of Eurasia. In the book The Heart of Asia, the famous Russian philosopher and traveler Nicolas Roerich, some say also an agent of the Soviet intelligence services, describing his expedition to the Altai in 1927, mentions strange people living in high-altitude caves and paying with ancient coins. A little later, it was Roerich who would become the first person of the 20th century who told the world about the mysterious country of Agarthi, hidden in the depths of the Himalayas, where the rulers of the world live. The Russian researcher managed to communicate with those mysterious messengers. However, the inhabitants of the underworld or subterranean world do not always seek contact with people. So the Nenets and Selkup tribes, who live near the famous Putaran Plateau, make stories or tell stories about small creatures resembling people who lead a secretive nocturnal lifestyle. The locals call them Sirti or Sirtia. According to the local beliefs, the Sirtia live in underground cities, the entrance to which is through deep stone holes in the northeastern part of the plateau. Back in the first quarter of the 20th century, stories were spread in the Urals about rare encounters with small, beautiful creatures, for which deep and brightly illuminated mountain caves serve as homes. The traditions of the Uralic people claim that sometimes a chosen person can hear the voices of these creatures, which tell where to look for a treasure or a deposit of precious stones, as well as warn of impending troubles. There are other videos you will find in my channel that go deeply into the description of the Chudi and the Sihirtia. It's an ongoing investigation. It's very, very interesting. Virtually unknown in the West, of course, because everything dances around the United States, which is incorrect. There's a whole planet out there. I call your attention. India, Brazil, Eurasia, Africa, so much more. Anyway, currently there are stories among residents in the Altai Mountains about meetings with or encounters with unusual subterranean inhabitants. So in 1992, in a gorge located 10 kilometers northeast of the village of Argamji, a military border patrol during the pursuit of an intruder suddenly encountered a creature wrapped in a skin and the size of a 3-year-old child whose face vaguely resembled a human one. As soon as one of the border guards took off his machine gun, the strange creature quickly disappeared into a hole disguised in a thicket of bushes. An analysis of the available data suggests that for many centuries there has been an extensive network of huge tunnels and even cities connected to each other underground. One of the cities located under the Turid village of Denkuyu, which can accommodate up to 10,000 people, became known quite recently. Scientists still cannot come to a consensus about who could have built such magnificent underground shelters. In modern times, scientists are convinced, at least some scientists, not all, that there are large nodal points on Earth, a kind of conditional nodal stations where the main underground tunnels converge. Such nodal centers include the Medvedev Ridge in the Volga region, the areas of the Nazca Desert in South America, the Los Tayos area on the border of Peru and Ecuador, as well as Mount Baigong in Tibet. According to experts, life is still actively taking place in these subterranean complexes. This is confirmed by encounters with mysterious creatures, audio and visual effects associated with access to the subterranean world, as well as numerous cases of UFO sightings from dungeons and caves. The age of the discovered underground structure allegedly varies from 10 to 30 million years. That's okay. I have in my channel videos about very interesting objects 300 million years old discovered in Eurasia. So, we don't know about civilizations that existed millions of years ago, but we're finding traces. It is likely that the creators of these structures were representatives of a civilization that preceded human civilization and had a high level of development. Planetary catastrophes that regularly occur on the surface of the Earth forced the ancient owners, so to say, of the planet to go into its bowels, where they, having adapted to new living conditions, most likely continue to exist to this day. And as I have shown you in my other videos too, they venture outside too, once in a while, or maybe more than just once in a while. I'll continue to bring you stories about underground subterranean cities and tunnels, and not only in Eurasia. I have some ideas about Africa, definitely areas of India, and of course in the United States too. And I've mentioned them in my videos about tunnels of Los Angeles, one of the most interesting and mysterious places, right under the feet of those who work downtown Los Angeles or visit this area, and much more. So if you like my research, please kindly support me through the links you will find in the description to this video. Please tell others about my work and my channel, and I thank you for your attention to my work.